Hello, and welcome to the first of what should become a long chain of clips of my thoughts on many subjects. Some fun, some serious, often a mix of the two. I'll try to begin most videos with a couple category tags to try and optimize your viewing investiture. This one being personal, meaning it involves my personal life. For my first entry, I thought I'd take a moment to talk about why I do what I do. For those of you that don't know, I run a small music and hobby store, Q Music Shop. It is incredibly difficult and has required a massive amount of sacrifice. While musician supply is definitely within my portfolio, running a business is, well, frankly, not within my field of expertise at all. Nor is it really something that I want to be doing at this point. So, why do I do it? If it has drained me so thoroughly, then why on earth would I want to go through all of that effort? The answer to that is relatively simple. Because somebody has to. Allow me to elaborate. The catchphrase to my store is helping you change the world through music. And I mean that. My goal is to purge slavery from the face of this world. Some may say something like, that's all well and good, but do you really have the ability to actually do it? To which I respond with a resounding yes. And all I need is your help. Indulge me for a moment, and I will show you what started this cart down the road, and that will help you to see how we, together, can wipe out slavery. Years ago, while I worked at a music store, I was approached by a violin supplier. While I wasn't in charge of purchasing at that point, he was very forceful in making sure I knew how good the prices of his violins were. And he had a point. The prices on his violins were very, very low. Too low. Being a violin technician, I know what it takes to make a violin of the quality that he was showing me. Even if you assumed that he had a very, very small profit margin, and that his company had some miracle agreements that they could get the particular wood that a violin needs at the price of regular wood, and that the workers could work for at inhuman speeds, the prices were just too low for the workers to have been making enough money to sustain themselves, even by Chinese standards of income. I became convinced that these violins were built by slaves. Needless to say, that didn't sit well with me, especially when I saw those violins carried at several music stores afterward. Fast forward a few years. I developed a chance to begin going to music merchants conventions. Picture Comic-Con vendor floor, but bigger. And everybody's there to find long-term buyers or vendors of music supplies. Several violin manufacturers stopped me to make sure that I knew that their violin shop would build violins in whatever way I needed. If I needed the lowest price, they would drop their price. If I had particular build requirements, they would cater to them. Some were very, very good, reputable shops. Others, I'm certain, used unethical workforce practices to get such good instruments so cheap. However, I would say that it's inaccurate to state that these people are evil people. They didn't make this market. They only gave us what we asked for. Ladies and gentlemen, we made this. When they asked us what we wanted, we always told them one of two things. Lower price or higher quality. So that's what we have now. You can get a very, very nice student violin for less than an average individual's weekly salary of $859. Source in the description. Isn't that a good thing? Well, it would be if it wasn't achieved at the price of human life. We have to fix this. If you or I have a single shred of humanity in us, then we have to take care of this problem. And how we do that is surprisingly easy. All we have to do is get stores to respond to manufacturers with a third demand. We want them to prove that they will take care of their people. Support businesses that will tell manufacturers that we will only buy from them if they will have hire third-party quality of life inspectors. Start a market where manufacturers will race to prove how good of care they provide for their workers. And slavery and sweatshops will become a thing of the past. Then we all get to sit back and watch that domino into every other market. Slavery, gone. If you'd like to know more about anything I talked about here, let me know in the comments. Or if there's something you'd like me to discuss in a future video, then you can leave the note there too. For information about my store, or if you want to support it directly, see the link in the description. Thanks.